I don't think that worked. I never heard the song.
I heard the song and it's recording fine.
I never heard it.
I heard it.
All right,
We're good.
fair enough.
So,
You're the
what were you doing?
master producer.
Were you just sitting there like
Waiting.
what?
Let's wait. I was waiting to hear the song. I never heard it.
I thought you were like dancing in your seat over there.
No, no, I was waiting. I like the song, but I didn't hear it.
Oh, well,
That's
sorry
why
you missed out on her.
I think you might have screwed it up.
Well, I'm gonna think that the song is there still. Um, so happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Um, Alex and I are feeling a little rough recording this today because we
Speak
went
for
to a.
yourself. Jeez.
You are feeling rough too, not hungover rough, but sore
Tired.
rough, tired, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
We went to a St. Patrick's Day pub last night, and I had a great time. It was in support of our son's cadet league, and lots of green, lots of people wearing green, and lots of people wearing Guinness hats and Kiss Me I'm Irish pins. And there was one guy in the place who wore a T-shirt that said 0% Irish. Do we know who that was, Alex?
That would be the Scottish guy.
The Scottish guy was wearing a T-shirt that said 0% Irish because they were not Scottish people are always Scottish. They're never Irish, right?
That's right. Because
But
guess what? You're no Irish either.
but we are on one night for St. Patrick's Day.
No, but you're no. But you didn't. I didn't see you like dressing up as an American on Independence Day.
But
Well,
they're not
nobody
as much
does that.
fun. Who wants to be an American? Nobody. But we
I
want to
think
be.
it's weird how the whole world wants to be Irish. It's bizarre. I didn't see
Yeah,
you
it's fun.
dressing up in a kilt for St. Andrew's Day.
No, but I celebrate Robbie Burns.
Yeah, but that's not a day. He's not a saint. Didn't see you
So
dressing up as a English person for St. George's Day.
okay, so we just like St. Patrick's Day because it's fun and there's a lot of beer and Guinness. So yeah, we had a great time. Alex is a little bit too much peopling, so he's grumpier than
I'm not.
usual
I'm
today.
not grumpy. Don't say that.
You are
You
grumpy.
misrepresent me all the time.
Like he's grumpy because he had to people too much last night because Alex is not a drinker.
But
He's
that's
not a
not.
peopler.
You
He's
say that
not
like
a
it. I
he's
like
not a
the people.
dancer.
It's fine.
And he's not a dancer, so he just sat there.
Oh,
Well,
I can dance. I can dance. I'm just
but
too old to dance now.
so I danced all night.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Awful. I am in so much
Yeah,
pain today, and I have the biggest blisters on my feet. I
that's right.
I'm not even hungover today. Like I don't feel hungover, but I can barely move my body because I am in so much pain from the dancing. But it was a lot of fun. Like I loved it. Did I tell them
I
about
don't,
my barrel?
I don't know how you're no hungover the bloody rye you put away.
Yeah, so I bought this little cup. It was it looked like a barrel.
No, it's no
Um,
cup. It was a barrel.
it wasn't a barrel. It just looked like a barrel,
No,
but it was
you
a
dropped
cup.
a barrel of whiskey.
It was a cup, but it looked like a barrel, but it was the size of a cup. And
We'll put it on the Facebook page, and
all right,
people can decide what it
we'll put
is.
my cup
Because I think
on.
it's no cup.
It is absolutely. Um, so I got this.
I bet you could fit a bottle of wine in that thing. That is
Oh,
no
you
cup.
know what? I never even considered that actually trying to put a bottle of wine in that. Now that I know, okay, just to like to give you some context to this
Mental
story.
note.
Yeah, mental note. I'm actually writing that down. So I get this cup, and I thought it was just to maybe okay. So I was drinking rye and ginger ale all night because I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink a lot. I don't drink often. So rye seems
But
to be the
when you do,
drink.
you drink a barrel.
But when I do, I drink a barrel. But I wanted to drink, like I knew I just wanted to drink the rye so I wouldn't feel so rough this morning. And I bought this cup that looked like a barrel, and I thought 2 glasses of rye and ginger ale would fill it, so that it'd be like a 2 glass cup. So I buy 2 cups of rye and ginger ale, and it barely dented this cup. Like it was like barely looked like I had anything in
Because
it
it's
with
no
two
cup.
glasses.
It's a barrel.
It took 6 cups of rye and ginger ale to fill this barrel of
The barrel.
6 cups of rye and ginger ale. It was so much rye and ginger ale, and
And
I
you had 3 barrels of that.
did not have 3 barrels. I had maybe 1.5 barrels. I did not have 3 barrels of rice.
You don't know. You were just sucking that back.
Oh, it was good, but it was so much in it. But now that you've said that, I bet you a small bottle of wine would fit in there.
No, I bet a regular bottle of wine would fit in there.
I'm gonna try that. We're gonna have to. We're
Maybe
gonna have to
even a
test this
Magnum.
too. The box, a whole box of wine fits into my barrel. Okay, it was not that. It was not that big of a cup, but it was definitely much bigger than I anticipated. When 6 cups of rye and ginger ale to fill this cup. It was a lot of fun though. We did some jigs and we got to see a lot of people that I
No,
hadn't seen in a long time.
we didn't do any jigs. There's no jigging for this boy.
No, okay. So Alex didn't jig. I tried to jig, and I saw a lot of friends I hadn't seen in a long time. It was a lot of fun. But I love St. Patrick's Day because it also gives me the opportunity for Alex to tell me one of the words that he does not say correctly, and it's my favorite mispronunciation of this word. So, Alex, tell our listeners, what is it called, that little green man at the end of a rainbow that has a pot of gold? What is the little green man called?
Leprechaun.
Alex calls a leprechaun, as in corn on the cob. A
No,
lep-
it's corn, like corn.
no,
Corn.
no, corn, leprechaun.
Leprechaun. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, it's not leprechaun. It's leprechaun.
That's not a leprechaun. Leprechaun. We
Oh,
leprechaun.
that what?
A wee leprechaun. Left a bucket of gold.
No, it's a leprechaun and
No,
a
it doesn't
wheat
even
bucket of gold.
it doesn't sound right, leprechaun.
Right. Well, that's what everybody else in the entire world
Well,
calls it,
maybe in
except for you.
Canada, but not in the world.
No, I'm sure if I pulled up any Irish song, that they would say a leprechaun, not a leprechaun.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
think you're wrong.
All right,
With the
viewers who are
leprechaun.
not Canadian, is it a leprechaun or a leprechaun? Let us know.
I didn't think the viewers. I think the listeners.
The what?
Just saying.
Is what?
I didn't think we have viewers. I think we have listeners.
Oh, right, listeners. Okay. I guess it would be listeners then. Let us know if it's leprechaun or leprechaun. I think I'm right. Um, the other thing that
You
we
may be
did,
right.
the other thing that we had noticed this year was, not this year, oh my gosh. This is going to be a very long podcast because I am like suffering through this today. Only
It's called
because
it's called a hangover, love.
I'm not hungover though. I'm just sore and tired.
Oh, I know.
I just realized that yesterday that I cannot hoot with the owls and soar with the eagles the next day. I just cannot do that anymore, which really is awful. Like what a way to like aging sucks. Like what is that? Like when things that are fun and enjoyable become a hardship.
It's called growing up.
I don't want to grow up. I want to be a Toys R Us kid.
Think about it. You're what, couple of decades away from a nursing home. Like it's
Wow.
coming fast.
Wow.
Like
Thanks for
you
that.
should no, but you shouldn't be dancing at your age. You could throw a hip.
Well, as much as I was gonna like debate this, my body is so sore today. I feel like you might be right. I think I did
All
throw a
right.
hip. I threw a hip, a knee. I threw a shoulder. I threw everything last night because I'm in a lot of pain
Think of
today.
your health.
But this week, though, we did. You did research your cat that you were thinking of in last week's episode, and the cat in Thundercats is called
Snarf. Not
Snarf.
snarf.
Snarf,
Yeah, it'll be
snarf.
snarf. Told you.
You found Snarf. But then that made me like. So if you guys saw on our Facebook page, because I created a Facebook page, and our Facebook page called Plaid and Poutine is for this podcast, so that when we talk about stuff, and Alex makes reference to stuff that he saw in Scotland, or if I reference
Nobody on this side of the water forgets about it. Never heard it in their life.
right. So
I'm not sure why they'd want to can about it, but
okay, yeah. So we're gonna have a talk about this because we realize that there's a lot of disturbing things. So Alex watched the show called Rainbow and the Riddlers, and I posted about what the rainbows and the Riddlers look like, and I had never been more disturbed by creepy looking puppets in my life. And this is supposed to be like Alex's replacement of Sesame Street. We're talking about Sesame Street, and he's like, I had the
I never.
Riddlers,
No, I
and the
never said it
Riddlers
was a.
look like something from Roald Dahl's stories. Like they're the creepiest puppets I've ever seen in my life. And that was like his children's TV show.
No, there were wee magic men,
We
wee
magic
fantasy
men that
guys.
don't write, that don't sing, and don't like. So when we were a kid, when I
I
was a
didn't.
kid,
Maybe they. I can't mind if this song or not. I didn't think they did. I think one had a wee mystical flute, though, if I remember rightly. He'd play a wee flute, but
when I was a kid, I watched
that,
movies. Are you burping on our podcast?
no, not at all. How rude!
What
How
was
dare
that
you?
noise?
I don't know. Maybe I was swallowing or something.
I don't know. You
How
just
rude!
like
What do you think
you
I'm some
made it.
sort of animal?
I think you burped.
I never burped.
Okay. So when I was
You're
a
rude.
kid, we would watch TV shows, and the TV shows would have like morals of stories at the end. So they always kind of followed the whole, family, American family, good, well put together family. Somebody in the family would screw up or something bad would happen. And at the end of the TV show, there would be a moral or a lesson to be learned. So they would talk about the lesson and everybody would forgive each other. Um, Full House was one of those type of shows. What's it called? Who's the Boss? Family Ties. All of them had episodes where everybody loved each other. Somebody screws up and then they all love each other at the end and have the moral of the story. Did you have any of those shows in Scotland?
I didn't care. I'm thinking we must have done, but I can't think off the top of my head.
Right. So you had really scary, creepy puppet shows for your childhood that had no singing, and you had no TV shows that had good morals being taught to children at the end of their
No,
episodes.
there was moralistic shows, but
Name one.
I can't think of anything that was directed just at kids though. Like you had
Name.
like sitcoms and stuff, but there was nothing like just for kids that I can think of. Well, no, that's not true. We had a thing in Scotland called the Crankies. That could have been kind of moralistic. I don't know.
So what you
It's a bit.
missed is that no. So I'm going to interrupt you for a second because the fact that it's called the Crankies is making me laugh because before we did this podcast, we were like thinking of ideas and we were talking about hold your thought on the Crankies. We were talking about how they're in North America. We had examples of Mr. Rogers, Mr. Dressed Up. We had Fred
No, we never had
Panner.
that.
We had Raffi, and they had no good
Oh
moralistic
no,
human being.
we had
Oh
we
no,
had. Hang on, hang on.
no, no. So no. So Alex sends me this picture of wee Jimmy Cranky and says this was our
Oh,
good
aye.
moralistic. So wee Jimmy Cranky was a girl dressed as a little boy, and in the picture he sent me, wee
Good
Jimmy
boy.
Cranky has their finger through their pocket and pointing out a hole, making the
The,
finger look like the
the
willy of
fly.
this weird.
Just
But it makes,
sticking the
but the
fly.
finger, but he's telling me this was his role model as a child was wee
I know, I never
Jimmy
said that. I'm just saying, like, you're
with the
trying to
finger
pinch a cause
as
for
a
things.
willy.
We had these other guys called the Chuckle Brothers. They
What?
might have been the Chuckle Brothers. They used to carry things and they go, to me, to you, to me, to you.
What?
That's what they did.
So we have wee Jimmy Cranky, who holds their fingers where the willy is supposed to be as a role model. Now we have the Chuckle Brothers, and now you have the Crankies. So why is there a wee Jimmy Cranky and the Crankies? Like, what's with the Cranky theme in Scotland?
No, there's a whole family of them.
Is
Just
wee
like this.
Jimmy Cranky from the Crankies?
Well, yeah, we Jimmy Cranky's like the main star. And he runs about and he goes, Fan Dabby Dozy. Like, that's what he does, right? Everything's Fan Dabby Dozy. Um, but then there's like the dad, which is actually her husband in real life. So I guess I kind of like the Wiggles, maybe. I don't know.
There's
I
nothing
don't know.
about them that look like the Wiggles
It
in the
was a long
picture that
time
I'm
ago.
looking about. Like, nothing about this. And I can't even post this picture to Facebook because they have their finger
No,
looking like a willy.
I'll find you another picture for it for the Facebook.
Like, I'm so disturbed that you had no, like, Mr. Rogers type character. You had no singing in any of your TV shows.
You
You
never had
watched
any wee
puppets?
boy do that at your school though.
No.
Like
No,
poke
I
a
did
hole in
not.
his pocket and stick his finger through his
No,
like a wee elephant trunk. You never
no,
had that?
no.
No. What about the arm punch to the chin? You ever do that?
What?
So that was another thing we did in the school. So you take your arm at your jumper sleeve, right? And then you put your jumper sleeve in your pocket so it looked like you had an arm. But your arm would really be in the middle of your chest. And then when somebody would come close to you, your chest would kind of like explode
What?
towards them and you pop them on the chin.
Alex,
No, that didn't translate very well. That sounds bad.
Alex, this is why you had no TV role models as a kid. You had no national celebrities of kindness as a kid. You had no singing in any of your episodes as a kid. You were walking around with your arm out of your sleeve so you could whip people with the freaking arm out of your sleeve.
Our national childhood heroes all got convicted of heinous
Oh yeah.
crimes.
Yeah. You had like that whole scandal in Britain where like 80 or 90 of them all got charged for awful crimes.
I think it was quite 80 or 90, but it was a lot of them.
Oh my gosh. Like I don't know how you survived to be this who you are today. Um,
I'm not a good person.
you're a good person, but you just have a lot of trauma.
No, I didn't.
No,
I
you do.
certainly didn't have anything wee Jimmy Cranky.
No, you do. I had to laugh because I wanted to give a shout out to Nathan. Nathan was he's my friend that comes to my Friends for Kindness dances. And he was there last night and he was like the life of the party. And I know Nathan listens. So Nathan, I had a great time with you last night, although I barely got to dance with them because every time I looked around, Nathan had a room full of women dancing with him. Like
Oh, yeah.
he was
He's a
the party
dancing
animal
machine.
last night. He's a girl machine for sure. Like
Yeah.
he was just the life of the party. So we were very excited to have seen Nathan last night, and of course his mom Lynn. So yay! We'll have to do that again sometime. So as we were driving home, though, I was looking at Alex's phone at a picture because I was looking. He took the boys shopping when I would go
Oh,
grocery
come
shopping.
on.
Oh no, I
No,
have
we're
to
not
tell them.
talking about that.
Oh, I need to tell them about this.
It's so rude.
So I was like looking for the pictures and then I scrolled and I'm like, what is this picture? And he's like, oh, you didn't need to see that. You didn't need to see that as he tries to grab his phone away. Now, normally, typical adults, when they don't want somebody like their wife or their partner or their spouses to see a picture, is because they're hiding a picture of another woman or another male and they don't want their wife catching them. So now I'm like, well, now I need to see this picture. What is this picture of? It was an ultrasound picture. So, you'd be like, why does Alex have an ultrasound picture?
You're making this sound really bad.
Oh yeah. So I have this ultrasound picture and I open up the ultrasound picture to see what's an ultrasound of. There's no baby. There's no baby in the ultrasound.
There was so a baby.
What was in the ultrasound picture?
A wee baby dash hound.
There was a dash hound dog in the and he has this saved in his telephone like it's a regular family picture of this baby dash hound ultrasound picture, which I will be sharing on the Facebook. I
It looked
couldn't
like
believe it.
my Benny.
It was like his Benny of an ultrasound. So it's like he has an ultrasound picture of his dog on his phone, saved with his children's ultrasound pictures.
No, I didn't have their ultrasound pictures.
No, he doesn't have his own kids' ultrasound pictures, but he definitely has his dog's ultrasound or a picture of his dog in an ultrasound. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't believe it. I was like, "What is this picture?" And he's getting all like, "Oh no, you don't need to see that. Give me my phone
Because
back. Give me my
you
phone
make
back."
a big deal of everything. You blow
Dude,
things out of
you have
proportion.
an ultrasound picture of a dash hound on your phone. I'd be embarrassed if I were you. I'd want to take the phone away from somebody as well looking at that.
Wow. Whatever.
Um, what else is going on? Where's your Benny?
On my lap.
Can you say the word Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
Say it.
Saskatchewan.
No, you gotta say it.
I can say it.
I know,
I'm
I was like,
Canadian. Of course I can say it.
you're what?
I'm Canadian. Of course I can say it.
Alex, you can say snuffleupagus.
Well, he's no Canadian.
So,
I never had to say that in my citizenship test.
You have to say Saskatchewan?
Yeah, but no snuffleupagus.
What about aluminum?
No, it never came up.
Say aluminum.
Aluminium.
No, say aluminum.
No, I won't.
Say
Because
aluminum.
it's aluminium.
It's not aluminium.
It is. It was aluminium long before you guys were even a country, so you guys got it wrong.
Hmm. I was just thinking
But
that this week,
facts.
if you can't say snuffleupagus, I didn't think you could say Saskatchewan.
I can say lots of things.
What are, what are words that
But
you can't say?
I can say all kinds of things.
Well,
I've
what
always
things?
had problem with the number three. I've always had problems saying that.
Number three?
Well, I say it like FREE, free.
You
I
say
kind of do.
free, like
Free.
freehold?
Yeah, like no, 1, 2, 3. I've always had problems with that. I remember getting in trouble with teachers because of that. Say free. No, f. It's like I had a speech impediment or something.
Well, good thing they didn't say leprechaun either.
Oh, it's too late now. I just talk like I talk, and that's it.
I talk like I talk.
If you didn't like it, then you talk to me.
You'd prefer that. So what is the most, like, I'm just kind of, I was writing some ideas down of some things we could talk about.
Oh,
And,
Denny, write things down. What are you, Ellen?
well, I don't know. I just thought, like, okay, so what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done in public?
What? What kind of stupid question is that?
I don't know.
I didn't care. I didn't do anything embarrassing.
Never.
You've embarrassed me in public a bunch, but
Like what?
like when you fell down the stairs at the hotel in Niagara Falls. That was pretty embarrassing.
Well, that was embarrassing for me, not you.
Well, it was for me. That's why I walked away from you. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, so just for the record, during COVID, we decided we were going to, the world was open, but we were still kind of isolating. But had been isolating for over a year. So we decided we were going to go to Niagara Falls and hang out in a hotel for the weekend. And there was nobody in Niagara Falls. There was nobody walking around the street. So we took the boys and we're like, well, let's go for a walk and go see the falls. And there was there was nobody in Niagara Falls except two people that happened to be walking across the street as I was coming out of the hotel. And I fell down the stairs. There was like 4 stairs and face planted the sidewalk. What does Alex do? So this couple that's across the street comes running across the street to help me, and my own husband walked away from me pretending he didn't know me.
Oh yeah, no, I made haste. I got out
I
of
made I made it.
there.
He's
I
like
did.
18. What are we in Pride and Prejudice? I made it. Make haste. Make haste. Make haste. Mr. Darcy's coming. Make haste.
Did.
Oh no, he made haste. All right. Away from me as I face planted the side. I could have been broken
No, you
bones.
didn't. No, you're just dramatic. What about the time you drowned in a foot of water? Remember that? It's a bloody nightmare.
Okay, maybe this
You
wasn't
want
a
to talk
good.
about embarrassments? You're the only one embarrassing anybody.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about the most embarrassing things you've done in public. Oh, because I think the drowning in the foot of water was my most embarrassing. If I
No,
was so
no,
sorry.
no, no, no. What
Let
about the
me.
time you took our baby out on the bicycle and fell over, and an old pensioner had to pick you up? Remember that?
Okay, okay. Well, let me
Shall
talk
we
about the.
continue?
Let me talk about the drowning story because I
What
feel
about
like
the
that.
time you tried to skateboard at 35 and face planted right in the driveway? What about that? Remember that?
At least I tried
I could
anything. Oh wow,
I could go I could go on
you
and
have
on
like
and
a
on.
file. You have a file folder of all my worst moments stuck in your
Yeah.
head.
Oh, I do.
But these are my embarrassing moments, not yours.
No, they
And
were
you're making it.
embarrassing for
Why
me.
are you? Why? Right. You're like coming out as the martyr in this.
Ah, they're always showing me up.
So the water. That was quite funny. Actually, that's probably, if I was out of all of them, was my most embarrassing.
No, it wasn't funny. It was sad.
We live near a river, and every summer we go tubing down the river. So we sit in these tubes and with paddles, and most of it you can just float down the river. There's not a whole lot of paddling needed. Just you end up floating for about 14 kilometers. So it takes about 5 hours to do this. And there's a spot like in the river, like near the end, well, maybe halfway down, where another river meets up with the river we're on, and that river has cold water, and everybody gets
Natural
out of the
spring.
raft,
It's got a
natural
natural
spring.
spring.
So
Hush spring.
most people get out of the river, park their tubes, and they go and sit in this cold water because when we do this in Canada, it's like 40 degrees outside. It seems to be the hottest day of the year every time we end up going tubing down the river. And
Yeah,
it was
everybody gets sunburnt and
yeah,
dehydrated.
it was like 35, 40 degrees, and I'm not good in that kind of heat on a good day, let alone sitting in it for 4 hours, just sitting in a tube baking for 35 and 35, 40-degree weather. So we get to this stop of the tube, and I go to get out of my tube, and I kind of faint, like I passed out because of the heat, and I'm sitting. But then as soon as I hit the water, which is only like literally up to my ankles, I come to again, and then I go to stand up, and I would like fall back again because I didn't have any strength. And this stranger, so Alex is just sitting there watching me go up and down in this, like literally, it's not even a foot of water. It's like
Just shaking my head. Just shaking my head.
half an inch of water in this river. Like it's so shallow.
No, it was about 6 or 7 inches of water. She's laying there on her back like a upturned turtle,
Right?
flailing about, making a big show of herself.
So then this
And then some
stranger,
nice gentleman tries to pick her up. She says, "Just leave me. Just leave me."
save yourself. Save yourself. I started to tell him to save himself. I literally started saying, save yourself. Just leave me. Which goes to show you that I would sacrifice myself for the life of
No,
everybody else.
it just shows you're nuts.
It
And
just
what did I
happened
tell you?
to
What did I
be.
tell you to do? How did I save you? What did I tell you to do?
So Alex, so
What
this
did I tell you
guy,
to do?
so Alex is this guy was gonna help me out, and I'm telling him to save himself and that just to leave me, let me drown. And Alex, and like in front of everybody, was like, "Oh my God, just get up, woman! You are making a show of yourself."
Just stand up. That's what you have to do. Just stand up.
It
And then
was
she's
awesome.
like, she had these sunglasses. She said, "Oh, my sunglasses are gone forever." They were like sitting right there on the
They
rock,
weren't.
like
They were.
because it was only 6 inches of water.
My glasses fell off, and they were literally. They're not.
Neat.
They weren't even floating down the river because there was no water. So they were literally sitting on the rock, like Alex
Hmm.
said. And I'm like, my glasses are gone forever. It was so dramatic, and I was mortified. So once I stood up and I
You
realized
should
like
be.
that what happened, I was like, and then the strangers that were all witnessing this were about to leave at the same time as us. And I said, Alex, we can't float yet because they need to be like an hour down the river because I cannot face these people the entire rest of the way down the river. I will say that was one of my most embarrassing moments. Not going to lie. The rest of them was just me being hurt and you walking away,
Hmm.
making haste. Well, what is your most embarrassing moment?
I never get embarrassed. What have I ever done?
Hmm. Surely you've done
I don't.
something.
I don't fall over or anything. I'm controlling myself.
I feel like you did something recently and I was embarrassed for it. It on the podcast.
What?
I was like, you've done something recently, and I'm like, I can't talk about it.
I've
And
not done anything.
you did rip your pants.
Well, that's because I'm fat. That's not
No,
embarrassing, though.
no, I can't think of anything. So maybe it's just me then that does all the embarrassing things out in
It
public.
is just you because you
It's
don't
not my
grow up.
fault. I can't help it that I have like I'm got like weak bones and I fall.
No, you got show off syndrome. You always have to show off.
I didn't fall
What
down the
about that?
stairs on face planted on purpose.
You almost crashed that train at the party. The guy let you
No,
drive the train.
that wasn't me. That was Sam.
Oh,
That wasn't
I
me.
thought it was you. No. Well, she's as bad as you then.
So now you're like trying to like go through your file folder of all the things that I've done that's embarrassing.
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like
I got lots.
I feel like you could just you're gonna just take the whole podcast talking about all
I
the things
could.
Nicole's done.
Yeah, I could.
I'm gonna look for a different topic now. That one backfired.
Yeah. Well. I don't know why you're asking me questions like you're interviewing me. I don't know what
If
that's
your
about.
life had a
I thought
national,
we're supposed to talk about our week. Well, that's what this is
I
all
don't know,
about.
we did. We talked about St. Patrick's Day. We're both dying.
Oh,
We talked about
aye.
Snarf and your un
Snarf, snarf.
and your creepy, unmoralistic, unrole modeling type TV shows you watched as a kid.
I'm gonna find something. I'll go back in the old file and see
You
if I
had
can
no
find.
how did you grow up without a Mr. Rogers? I feel like we've
No, we
actually
must have done. We must have done.
I know, but I feel like now we've got a moneymaker. We should go over to Scotland and produce our own Mr. Rogers type
Well,
TV show.
the guy in Rainbow Jeffrey, he was like a Mr. Rogers. Like he kept all those animals in line. And
Okay, that bear in that TV show was the creepiest looking bear I've ever seen in
Bungo,
my life.
his name's Bungo.
Creepy bungo.
Bungo the
Creepy,
bear.
creepy bungo. Like I don't know how you didn't have nightmares as a child.
There was
If
worse
you're
shows than that.
if your life was a national anthem, what would be your theme song?
What a stupid question.
All right. Not even a national anthem, like any kind of theme song. What theme song
I
best
don't
describes your
know.
life?
I don't know. That's
Hmm,
just a stupid question. I don't
okay.
know. What would be yours?
I don't know. Can you think of one for me and I'll think of one for you?
Oh, I don't know. I need to put some thought into it. You kind of just dropped it on me without any preamble.
Yeah, I can't think of what your theme song would be.
Yeah, that's just a stupid question.
No, I think I'm thinking the Addams Family.
Oh, nice.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
Wow. Is that a reflection of my
dun-dun-dun.
family?
Well,
Wow.
well, no, like you got this like creepy role models. You look like Uncle Fester. You look like you just have
I
grumpy.
look like Uncle Fester. Oh, thanks for that.
I was hoping that that kind of just slipped through. And like you're grumpy. I feel like the Adams Family is like, oh, the Adams Family are not grumpy people, but they're just like dark people.
hmm hmm Oh,
Doo-doo.
speaking of lookalikes, that show was kind of wholesome. The one with the old guy that you used to like. Remember the
What?
guy? I can't get the name of it. The one with the turtles and the.
What? What are you
I had a
talking about?
I had a turtle in the opening scenes, and it was about an old grumpy guy. You
I don't
used to
know what you're
say
talking about. Is this a
you used
Scottish show?
nah, it was British, but you used to say that was like me. You're like, oh, you're like that's you.
I've seen the show.
I think so.
What are you
The
talking
old guy.
about?
I need to look it up. The old guy's he's grumpy. He's an old retired guy, but he's always grumpy about everything. His catchphrases, I don't believe it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking
Well,
about.
whatever. The more I think about it, that wasn't a wholesome show either. He was just a real grouch.
No, you have no wholesome shows in your life at all.
We must have one or two.
But you can't think of any. Like these are iconic. Like we all know Mr. Dress Up, Mr. Rogers, Fred Penner, Raffi. We know all our like. And my girls grew up, and my boys grew up in the Wiggles and the. I had Romper Room as well, and Wiggles and um everything. Like all their TV shows had like
Oh no, wait, we had the Teletubbies.
that's your example. You're going to like you spent we're 35 minutes.
Oh, it's British, right?
We're
Teletubbies,
35
that's for
minutes.
kids.
We're 35 minutes into this podcast of you trying to think of one moralistic TV show example, and the Teletubbies is your best example.
Well, that's for kids though,
They
right?
don't even talk. They literally just go tinky winky.
Gypsy,
Oh,
la la.
are you okay?
Yeah. Well, what about Thomas the Train? That's pretty wholesome. That was written by a reverend
Okay, even like Mr. Toppin Hat was called the Fat Conductor.
controller,
Right.
fat controller,
He was called the Fat Controller. He
because he
like
was fat
right.
and he
So
controlled the trains.
exactly. So in Canada, we call him Mr. Toppin Hat,
They're topping that.
right? Because we think Fat Controller is insulting and not a great message to give to children.
Well, that's what it was back then.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Didn't
Anyway,
Ringo Starr play him?
no, he narrated it. He did all the trains.
Or George Harrison or whoever it was.
No, it was Ringo. You were right.
Is it Ringo?
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wow, out of all that, all of a sudden he comes up and starts singing Teletubbies. Actually, I just looked over at my bookshelf and I did think of a wholesome character for you.
But who was it?
Paddington Bear.
Oh, Paddington, yeah. I liked Paddington when I was a kid.
You had a Paddington Bear, didn't you?
Probably. I probably did.
And a Ted.
And my Ted. Yeah. Everybody had a Ted.
I
There.
can't wait to show everybody that ultrasound dashhound picture though. Like it's still in my
Oh,
head.
of course. Of course.
I mean we both have our own dashhound. His is Benny, mine's Chewy, mine's Terry, his is not. And
That's because
mine's
yours is a
lying
Cocker
beside me.
Spaniel.
He's not. He's a dashhound. But you know what?
He's
I love my dog and I'm his person, but I don't have ultrasound dashhound pictures of him on my phone.
because he's fat and unkempt, like a homeless person.
No. Alex, you can't say stuff like that.
Well, he does. It looks like he's sleeping in a bush.
Alex,
Poor guy.
he does not, and he's quite
He
handsome.
needs a haircut.
No, he doesn't. You don't
Yes,
need
he
to.
does.
His hair doesn't grow. It's fine.
It's
He's,
growing long and straggly. He needs a haircut. Needs some grooming.
all right. What else can we talk about?
He's a wild beast. I don't
Um,
know. I don't know what you want to talk about. What was the
I'm looking
feedback
at
you
like
got on the podcast? What did people say?
I don't know. People just enjoy listening to it. They said that we're funny, that we have a good dynamic to each other. So that was all good stuff. How not to embarrass yourself as a tourist in Canada or Scotland. Oh my gosh, that makes me. I just thought of
Oh,
Alex's
wow.
embarrassing story.
What?
Speaking of the tourist in Scotland, the Carl, the pamphlet.
Well, I'm a Brit. I'm a polite person.
So we go to Scotland. It wasn't even the last time we were there. I think it was 2011 when we were there. So Alex is giving me the big tour of Scotland, and he kept like in Scotland in August. There's the Fringe Festival, and they like every 5 feet there's somebody handing out a flyer for the Fringe Festival, and we're going like not even a block, and Alex has 50 flyers in his hand, and I have none. I just walk by them, ignore them. I'm not taking their flyers. Alex took every single flyer because he didn't know how to say no to them.
Well, I hand
And
them to you.
by the time we got like through Edinburgh, it was like he had 10,000 flyers in his hand and he had nowhere to put them because he could not say no. And then we go to the next town and everybody's like, excuse me, sir, can you take a picture of us? Excuse me, sir, can you take a picture of us?
That's true.
Then he spent the whole day taking pictures of everybody who kept asking him to take their
I
picture.
know. Became like a photographer that day. That's right. I forgot about
Like
that.
every day there was like,
Well,
I
what am
was
I
the
going to say?
tourist.
Like, F off? Like,
You
that's not very
you just
nice.
don't make eye contact. You just made eye contact with everybody, and everybody would give you their pamphlet or ask you to take a picture. Like speaking of
Well,
tourists
just
in
talk to me.
Scotland, you're
Tell me.
Scottish, and you were the biggest tourist while we were in Scotland.
Well, I was a tourist by that point.
Every day I was like, don't look at people. Do not make eye contact. Don't do it. Oh no, let's make eye. Alex, I'm gonna make eye contact with everybody, and I'm gonna take everybody's
You're being
picture.
friendly.
And I'm going to take every flyer for every Fringe Festival that there was going around.
Mm. Oh, well. Oh,
But
well.
okay, so yeah, so I don't really have anything else to add to that because I'm a great tourist. But Alex, on the other hand, is
I'm a good tourist. What do you mean?
no, you're just too kind. Well, it says how not to embarrass yourself as a tourist. I
I
guess
didn't
that.
embarrass myself. You embarrass yourself. You want to talk about embarrassing tourist things?
Oh no.
Let's tell them about you running around like a mad person chasing magpies.
Oh, now look at you. Now you have a
Remember
file folder
that?
of that too.
Or the cows? Remember chasing the cows? Like, you're off your freaking rocker, you are.
There's hairy cows. The hairy cows are worth a picture. So there was another time. There was a field full of like 50, 60 cows. And Alex, I pull over because there was a what river is that between? Like Fife?
The
Is it
fourth
the
river.
fourth? Yeah, the fourth river. Sorry. So we were pulling over because on the other side of the fourth river is Edinburgh Castle, and I thought, what a great picture of this castle from here. So Alex pulls over, and there's like a little in Scotland. There's like a lot of stone fences, like from probably 1400s, but these stone fences.
That would be a stone wall, Wolf.
Oh yeah, stone walls, not a fence. A stone wall. And I'm like standing at the stone wall trying to take this picture, and I hear moo. And I look down, and there's 60 cows staring at me, smiling at me, literally at the stone wall. And I'm like, Alex, there's 60 cows staring at me while I'm trying to take this picture. So
They're
I walk.
friendly, curious
So then
cows.
I walk down the road a little bit to see if I can take the picture without the cows. And the cows, not only did they follow me, but they sideswiped. They sidewalked as I was walking so that I would take their picture. Oh, that would be my dog going crazy during our live podcast here. So I'm going to let him out. But yeah, so hold on, everybody. That would
Oh
be Chewy.
boy.
That would be Chewy saying hello. Not sure if you guys could all hear that because I have noise canceling out, but Chewy was getting a little excited there. Yeah, so these cows were like moo and they're smiling, trying to get in this picture. But yes, I did try to chase the magpies because the magpie birds were quite rare to try to take a picture of. But other than that, I'm good to
No, they're
go.
no rare at all. They're everywhere.
Except when I tried to
They're
take a picture of
everywhere.
it, except it would let me take a picture of it. So
Jeez.
I know. So that was a
But yeah, if you want to talk
stupid
about being
topic.
an embarrassing tourist, there you go.
So apparently Alex has a file folder of every embarrassing moment of my life, and he's turned it into himself being the victim in all these moments.
I am.
You're not the victim. I'm
Oh,
the one who gets hurt.
showed me up.
How? By falling and having an accident?
They were running around the field, chasing pigeons or what are they called? Magpies. Come
Hmm.
here, little magpie.
I was just trying to get my exercise.
Yeah.
Canada and
Well,
Scotland went to war. Who would win? I know, definitely not Scotland.
oh, you'd be surprised.
Hmm.
We fended off the Romans, remember?
So you go through Scotland, and every 5 feet there's a monument, and most of the time you think these monuments are commemorating the battles they've won. Not in Scotland. If you go and look at these memorials, it's this is where we lost the battle of this. This is where we lost the battle of this.
That usually we lost against ourselves, though. That was when we were fighting amongst ourselves.
You lost against yourselves.
Well, we'd fight amongst ourselves, amongst the clans and stuff, right?
Oh right, I never thought of that actually. I never thought of that. I forgot like there was the of all things Glencoe and stuff. So
Of course, we didn't have anyone to fight each other.
because you're
Their
Scottish,
nature.
it's in your nature. Now they just go to the local pub to have their little wars.
No, we're very modern now.
All right, how
No,
modern are you?
I don't know. There's no violence in Scotland anymore. It's all juice bars and keto and yoga and shit.
No, they still
I,
have that.
I, I I believe. I don't know. I don't know.
That's Canada. Oh, look at me yawning because I was up tea past my bedtime last night, and then I had to get up early because my cat wanted water at 6 o'clock this morning. And somebody
Should have
forgot to
fed
give
her
it
before you went to
water.
bed.
I know. I thought you guys had better, so now I was up early and I went to bed late. Um, I don't know. We're almost done though. We have about like 10 minutes left. What else can we like end our podcast with?
I don't know. What's on your list? I thought you had a
My
list.
my list isn't very long this week.
I don't feel like you're very prepared this week.
I you know what is I was prepared. I just don't think my brain's awake today to do this, unfortunately. Because like I said, I can't shoot with the owls and soar with the eagles the next day. Um,
Yeah, should have done it yesterday, I guess.
yeah, right before we had our late night. Note to self. I'm just looking to see who else is on my list. Like maybe that's it then for this week. I don't want to bore people. We'll have to come up with some stuff. But Alex and I aren't even seeing each other this week because he's going away for work for a couple nights. What are
You
you
sound
doing?
devastated.
What are you doing?
What's anything?
You're stressing your eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Do you,
he says
do
it
you
like
do
this
you
is normal for him.
do you care that I'm going away?
Always, we miss you when you're away.
Yeah, tell people what you care about while you're mad I'm going away. No, but
You
it's not
know,
because you miss me.
no, I miss
What do
you,
you
but
miss?
oh, you tell them. You tell them why I don't like it when you're away.
Because your slaves know here to do everything for you.
No, that's not where I was going with this. What? That's who you're
Well, that's what you're mad
my
about, the
slave.
garbage, right?
Well, I am mad about the garbage. You're right. I don't like doing garbage. I think garbage is Alex's job, and he always seems to be away on garbage
Because
night, so
that's
I have to
that's
do
a
garbage.
modern way of thinking.
I'm a modern girl, but I feel like the blue job is garbage forever. No,
Well,
that's
what were
not
you thinking?
why. I was thinking because your dog keeps me awake all night because he's freaking losing his mind when you're not home.
No, but I'll take them with me. But you'll
I'm
not let
sure
me.
you went. I'm sure you went right to my slave has gone.
Well, that's how you treat me.
What have you done today?
Mopped all the floors, vacuumed all the floors, emptied the dishwasher, put all the dishes away, did laundry. What have you done today? Of
I did way more than that.
course you did.
I did. I did groceries. I did Caitlin's room, cleaned the living room, dining room, kitchen. I did
Uh-huh.
laundry. I did a lot. I watered my
Okay.
plant.
Oh, wow.
Takes a while to water those plants, you know.
Because you're a florist now, right?
I like to think I am. Okay, I'm not a florist, but I took a flower workshop a couple weeks ago, and I loved it so much that now I'm like just love taking care
You're
of
a
my plants.
florist.
Yeah.
Remember when you took that photography course and you became a photographer?
No, I got a camera that was a little complex, so I took a photography course to learn how to use the camera.
I'm basically
Now,
a photographer now. And then I took a
now,
picture and you got it published, and then you claimed
no,
that as
that's
your own.
not
I
true.
became,
He's
I'm a public
lying.
photographer.
I am a published photographer because it was my picture, so do not listen to him. He's just jealous that it was my picture and not his.
No, I took that picture.
You did not.
I just gave it to you. It was quite
You
funny actually because
He's
you
so
had all
full of it. Like, don't even listen. Like, he's so
this
full of it.
expensive camera equipment that I literally snapped this with an iPhone, and the paper bought it.
You're so full of it. They bought my picture.
Of course it did.
They did. You're
Hmm.
full of it.
You put your name
Yeah.
to it, so.
Because it is my picture. It was my picture. And they contacted me and published my picture. Um, wow. Um, you just took credit for my one of my accomplishments in life. I did get a 3D printer for Christmas though, so that my next thing is I'm gonna have
No, I
to get
don't know. You
3D.
did.
Liam did. Liam got a
Yeah.
3D printer, but he wants me to do the printing from. And I have no idea how to work this thing, and now it's not working at all. So I definitely need to now go and learn how to go to school and learn how to use my 3D printer.
Oh, you're going on another course?
I'm gonna have to. I don't know how to work this thing. It doesn't print anything anymore.
Wow.
And I don't know how to. Somebody asked me if I could scan something and recreate it, and I don't know how to do stuff like that. So now I feel like I need to take a course. I feel like I have got lots of potential right at my fingertips here, and I don't know how
No.
to use it.
Maybe you should take a cooking course too,
Why would I want to do that?
because you don't know how to do that either.
I'm okay with not learning. It's like, why don't you take a mechanics course?
To fix what?
The cars.
The car's only broken. That's a stupid analogy.
So I'm fine with not having to cook myself meals.
Oh, it's not yourself we're worried about, it's your family.
They can cook their own meals.
Nice. That's a nice attitude. What a mom you are.
I know how to cook. I just don't cook a lot because my family is picky eaters.
No, no, no. You're a picky cooker. You don't want to cook.
I'm a picky. Well, you cook then.
Much easier to let old McDonald cook, right?
Why don't you cook?
I do cook. I make pasta. I make steak. I make all kinds of stuff.
You make pasta and steak once a month.
But the same amount you cook.
Yeah. I don't like
Yeah,
cooking.
fair.
That was
I
one of
like
my
doing.
that was one of my disclaimers when we got married was
No, it
I'm
was
not.
not.
Yes, it was. I'm not
No, it was not.
domesticated.
No,
I'm
you
not
lie.
domesticated. I don't cook. I don't clean.
Remember that big chicken dinner? Oh, look at my cooking skills. Goddamn faker.
I made the chicken.
No, you didn't make the chicken. Tell the people what you did.
Tell the
Such a
people what I did.
faker.
I bought a Costco chicken. I put it in a pot and I put it in the oven. And I bought a Caesar salad and I put it in a bowl and it made it look like I cooked the chicken and I
Yeah,
made the Caesar salad.
faker.
That's ingenious, though.
That's no. That's
I like to play
that's getting a
smart.
man under false pretenses.
I like to play smart,
That's fake. It's fake.
not fake.
Fake it.
Anyways, on that note, I feel like we've dragged this on long enough for this very long St. Patrick's Day um, podcast. I can't even remember because my brain is just not working. So hopefully next week we will be back to our regular lively selves.
You've let the people down this week, I think, with your drunkenness.
I'm not hungover. I'm just sore today and I'm tired. I'm looking at so
I'm
next.
feeling it.
No, I was just saying next week should be good. We don't have any late night planned by the looks of it, so we're good. We should
Oh,
be
I'm never doing any more late nights. I'm way too old for that nonsense.
back
Ah,
to our life.
I've been napping all day because of that. It'll take me a week to recover for staying up that late. I don't like it. I don't know
So
why you fight against all day, Chuck. I'm leaning into it. I like it.
can you get to
Oh,
sleep all day while I do everything else around the
no,
house?
don't you like it though? I like napping. Yeah, I like no huffing today stuff.
I don't nap.
Well, you should. It's great.
I don't know how to nap, and I have to do everything else around here while you're napping.
I can watch a movie in like 10 minutes. I put it on. I watch 5 minutes. Fall asleep. Watch the last 5 minutes. It's over. It's great.
Wow.
10-minute movie.
Wow. I wish I had your life. Good thing you have a wife that works hard in the background to keep everything in order while you're napping.
Yeah. Well, I work hard and I'm old.
Uh-huh. Fair. All right. Well, on that note, do you have any last
Oh, ready
words
for
other
bed
than
now.
I know he's yawning up a storm here. Do you have any I just realized that the kids go
What?
back to the school this week and so that'll be good. Life will be back to normal at least. I feel like I've been out of routine because they've been on March break. Um
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true enough.
so it'll be nice to be back in routine for the rest of the week. But do you have any last minute things to say?
About what?
I don't know. Okay, like because we're done. Do you have anything else you want to say before we go?
No, I never really have anything to say about anything.
I'm going to post the dash
Anything
down
every
ultrasound.
every time I say stuff, I get in trouble, so I just try not to say anything.
You don't get in trouble.
I do. You tell me I can't say that. You
Well,
can't say that. You can't say this.
you have to be
You'll
appropriate.
offend somebody.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to
What,
say
you get
goodbye.
nervous? Get nervous. I'm going to say something.
No, we're going to say goodbye because it's time to go.
Why do you
So,
have a mountain behind you? What's that?
goodbye, everybody. It's what do I have behind me? What are those called? Oh
It
my
looks
gosh.
like a wigwam
But no,
with
but
an
why?
upside
No,
down
it's
middle
not.
of it.
Stop saying that. It's not that. It's oh my
What
God.
is it?
It's like one of those like knotted.
No, but what's the picture? It looks like it's
It's
got
not.
upside
It's
down.
just a
Come on.
design. It's
You're
just
part of
a.
the Illuminati.
Will you stop? Oh my God, I wish I had shut this down 5 minutes earlier now. We're like, just stop.
Oh, I'm
Oh
just
my
making you
gosh.
uncomfortable.
I forget what those are called though. I'm just not awake
Tapestry.
enough.
It's a tapestry.
A tapestry. It's not called a tapestry either. It's something else.
Oh, is it not?
No.
It's a
Oh,
rug on the wall, is what it is, right?
yeah, basically. So we will, oh,
But I
here
still
goes my,
don't care what it is, though. What's the picture?
I don't, it's just a design, Alex. So on that note, we're going to
What does
go
it
and say,
mean, though?
say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye, Alex.
Goodbye, Alex.
Goodbye, Alex.